Hi, I'm Elli Wilson. I'm the current Miss Liverpool 2017-18. I'm 18 years old and today I'm going to tell you what my year has been like as Miss Liverpool.
So Elli, tell me why you're here today with me and why we're making this film.
So we're making this film today so I can explain to you my experiences as Miss Liverpool and how it has helped me get where I am today.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. Now, so the first question I want to ask you is, tell me how this all started, this whole venture of yours.
So I personally had not thought about doing beauty pageants or anything like that before, and I was modelling at a wedding fair, and the photographer Simon, who was working at the wedding fair, he was helping Pat, who runs the Miss Liverpool competition, scout girls for last year's Miss Liverpool. So he said to me, he was like, Elli, you should do it. And I was like, oh no, I'm not sure. But yes, he told me to go for it, so I just text Pat. And then that's how it all started. So I went to a few rehearsals. It was like 3 weeks before the competition. And yeah, from there it was just on the night, it's like a runway show and you get to talk to the judges beforehand. And yeah, it was really good. I met loads of new friends. So Miss Liverpool was in May 2017. So yeah, so on the night, the competition, I didn't really know what to expect from the competition. Like I did, because when we went to rehearsals, we went through the rounds and we went through like, you know, what walks we were doing for the different rounds. But yeah, so on the night, before you go onto the stage, you talk to the judges for pre-judging, and you tell them a little bit about yourself. So I told them about myself, and then just like any charity work that you've done, because the Miss England competition is a lot more than just beauty and like how you look. So I was just explaining what work I've done, like what part-time jobs I have. I'm a student. I was just explaining a little bit about myself. So you have, I think it's 5 minutes with the judges beforehand, and all the girls take it in turns. So then, yeah, so we went onto the stage and there was 3 different rounds. So there was the beach beauty round, the evening wear round, and the eco round. And the eco round was one of my favourites because it's where I love fashion design and that's what I want to do when I'm older. So the eco round was the students from Liverpool College. They all designed an outfit that we showcased on the runway that was from like recycled materials and stuff like that.
The reason why I say, because we've all got that kind of thing to win, and so inside, deep inside, you must have had the aspirations to win, and
yeah.
and again to have that thing that you're going to win.
Yeah.
When you did win, tell us within the first 3, what was the feeling like?
I think it didn't really register with me at first. They said my name, and then all the girls just came around and were like hugging me, and then Molly, who was last year's Miss Liverpool, she came over and she gave me a hug, and then she was just telling me like, we need to walk down here, and then I was looking around and I just see my mum and dad, and everyone was like, it was just a lot of people taking pictures, and it didn't register with me until I was at the end and Molly obviously had to put my crown on and my sash, and then I was like, oh. And then, yeah, it was really good.
And what's the most standout moment of that day that sticks with you to today?
I think it was when they said my name. I just remember being like, and then all the girls, like my friend Liv, who was my main friend in the competition, she was like, oh my gosh, you've done it, and I was like, ah! So yeah, it was really good.
Okay, so Elli, that was a wonderful kind of insight into what you've done and the achievement for Miss Liverpool. We're going to break down into what you've been doing since. Tell us a bit about the thing you attended, the launch of the Clipper race. Break that down into why you were invited and what was your role in the Clipper.
Okay, so the Clipper race is a worldwide race, and yeah, that was an amazing opportunity. It was on the Albert Dock this year. And I went, and before going to the event I didn't know a lot about the Clipper race, but when I went it was really interesting because I got to talk to all the sailors, and I met Sir Robin Knox, who was the first man to go around the world on a boat without stopping. That was incredible. And then I got to go onto some of the clipper boats, which was really cool. I got to see where the people lived, like for their time on the boat, and their time in the race. And then it was really good. But I was invited there just to, be present, do an appearance as Miss Liverpool, but really to, for me to have a look at what it's all about, to understand a bit more, and because it was such a regional event, because it was in Liverpool, it was an honour for me to be invited, really, and especially to meet all the different sailors. It was really good. So.
Okay, let's jump into the British Fashion Week.
So the British Style Collective, which is the clothes show, it used to be in Birmingham, but now it's come to Liverpool, and it goes around all the different, it's a city takeover, they call it. So there's different fashion shows across the city. There's one in the Echo Arena, in St George's Hall, and in Camp-in-Furness. So since I've won Miss Liverpool, I've signed with Pulse Agency. So I went for a walk-in casting with Pulse just before I won Miss Liverpool, and then I signed just after I won Miss Liverpool. But I've always wanted to do modelling, so it was really exciting for me when they asked me if I wanted to go to the casting. So I went to the casting, and again, I've done a few castings before, and I never get my hopes up too much because I'm never sure if I'm going to get it or not. But I went to the casting, and it was really good. It was in Camp-in-Furness, and all that I had to do was walk for them, and then I showed them my portfolio. But yeah, so the show, I was so pleased. I've always gone to the clothes show since I was younger, and I've always watched the main show and been like, I want to be in it. But I think because it was in Liverpool, it was so special for me, because being Miss Liverpool, it's, I get to represent the city in the clothes show, so it was really good. So I was in the Graduate Fashion Week show that was based at Camp-in-Furness, and the people I met there were incredible, a lot of top models with London-based agencies and a lot of industry professionals. So yeah, it was really good for me, and I think that's actually one of the best runway experiences I've had. It was really good, so I loved that.
Jump straight into the London Fashion Week. What was that about?
Yeah, so I was in London Fashion Week about 3 weeks ago now. And I walked for Fashion's Finest, which is an off-schedule showcase. I was there all day on the Saturday and all day on the Sunday walking in the shows. And basically, to get into that, one of my friends that I've modelled with before, she put on her Instagram that she had walked for Fashion's Finest. So I looked into it, and I seen the person who runs it, so I just emailed them. And I was like, hi, I'm Elli Wilson, I'm the current Miss Liverpool, and I would love to be in your shows if you're interested in having me. And then she replied and she said, hi Elli, can you please send over your portfolio? So I sent all that, and then she got back to me again, and she was like, do you have any videos of you walking? So then I've worked for a designer called Matthew O'Brien, who's based in Chester. He has a runway show in Chester Cathedral every year, so I sent over my walk from that show, and I sent over my walk from the clothes show, and she took a month to get back to me, and then I was on holiday and she got back to me and she said, oh, Elli would love to confirm you to walk in London Fashion Week. So yeah, that was really good. So then I went down to London on the Saturday and stayed over for 2 nights, and again, that experience was so good. 2 of my friends were there from previous shows that I've done, so it was really nice to see them. And then I think London's very different to regional fashion shows. It's very high profile, and there's a lot of press there, there's a lot of media behind it. There was a lot of celebrities coming to watch the shows, and you have to be very professional even though you want to go and say hi and ask for a picture. But yeah, it was really good, and I loved it. I love seeing all the different designers work, and on the last day, on the Sunday it was Britain's Top Designer Awards. So all of the designers there were either graduate graduates from universities with their new collections, or they were up and coming designers. And that was probably one of my favourite shows that I was walking in, because I got to see all their new work, and because I love seeing like how creative people are. Yeah, it was really good. That's my favourite.
Oh, Ellie, that sounds fabulous. Yeah. Now, people are seeing this, they can see that picture beside you of the teddy that says Zoe's Place. So I know some of your work involves doing charity and stuff. So tell us a bit about the picture beside you, but you know, the charity you're involved with. I know it's Knockout, so just break it down for us.
Yes, so Zoe's Place is a charity that helps children with life-threatening illnesses, and it's the Miss Liverpool charity that we support, along with Beauty with a Purpose, which is the Miss England charity. Zoe's helps locally and regionally, and the Miss England charity helps worldwide, children's charities worldwide. So Zoe's, during my time as Miss Liverpool, it's been a pleasure to work with Zoe's, and I have participated in an event called It's a Knockout, where a team of myself and Mr. Liverpool, Tom, and a few of our friends from Miss England, including Jen Atkin, who is Miss England sportswoman, we all came together and we created a team for this event, and it was really fun. I had such a good day. It's all obstacle courses, and it was just really good to see everyone. And we actually won the event, so me and my team won the big trophy. So we had a really good day, but because we won, that topped it all off. Yes, so that was good. And then we raised £740 on that day for Zoe's Place. And yes, so that was amazing. It was fantastic to see everyone come together, and to raise that much money for such a good cause is incredible. So it was absolutely wonderful for us to take part in It's a Knockout with Zoe's. So if there's any corporate teams that want to be involved to challenge us, I don't think you will. But the Miss Liverpool team will be taking part in September this year, so if you're interested in taking a part and creating a team for a great cause, check out on the Zoe's Place website. So yes, and then another thing that I have been doing for Zoe's Place, I created a charity calendar with Dan Collins, who is one of the Miss England photographers. We went around all the city and we took a picture at all the different iconic monuments and areas within the city, which was incredible. Another thing I have been doing for Zoe's Place is I created a charity calendar with the Miss England photographer Dan Collins. So for this, we went around all the different iconic monuments in Liverpool and all the important places, and we took a picture and created them into a 12-month calendar. So this is the calendar with my face on it. And yeah, so that's for Zoe's, and each calendar was £5 each. So with all the calendars that we sold, we raised £110 for Zoe's Place. So I had so much fun making the calendar. It was a really good day, and yes, it's a pleasure to take all the pictures with the monuments and represent the city in this calendar. So in the next few months, next month I am lucky enough to be able to go to Sri Lanka with the Miss England competition. It's sponsored by Premier Ceylon, and it's an absolute honour for me to be invited on the tour with Miss England, Stephanie Hill. All the girls are going that came in that won the awards. So I'm so excited to see the country and to see the people and experience the culture. So after that, for me, the semi-finals for Miss England are in July. So I'll be taking part in them, and I'm really excited to experience it again. And hopefully, if I'm lucky enough, I'll be able to join this year's winner of the Miss Liverpool competition, as it is a straight final heat. So the winner of Miss Liverpool will then go straight into the final of Miss England, and if I'm lucky enough to get through the semi-finals, I will be going on to the finals with the current Miss Liverpool as Miss $1 Billion Smile, which are taking place in October this year in Birmingham at Resorts World, I think. It was at Birmingham last year, so it might be the same this year. And then if, I don't even want to think past this, but the lucky winner of the Miss England competition then goes on to the Miss World competition, where they'll compete against other girls from around the world. I think there's about 60 girls in the Miss World competition on a televised stage in front of world-class judges. So now that you know about what I have been up to in the past year, I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you are interested in representing your city as Miss Liverpool, I think for me personally it's been such an amazing experience, as I've got to represent the city in such diverse ways, as representing it at the Clipper Race, Woodvale Raleigh and many other events, along with modelling in different shows and having different experiences. I think the title of Miss Liverpool does definitely go for you within the industry. And also being a charity ambassador for the likes of Zoe's Place and Beauty with a Purpose, it's a lot more than just being a pretty face. So if you are interested in becoming Miss Liverpool or participating for the experience and to meet amazing people, auditions are being held now. So if you go onto the Miss Liverpool City Region website, you can apply on there or through the Miss England website as well.
Color.